What is up, YouTube? Yeah. So today I'm going to be fixing up my motorcycle. I'm happy because I got all the parts I need to fix it. Somehow I managed to get my hands on them. And I'm pretty much just going to get it running and riding and back on the road, and then I'll be happy. Also, I ordered some security things like this Scorpio alarm system, a couple other security things that I'm not even going to tell you guys because honestly, I don't want everyone to know what I have on here, so it'll be like a surprise if somebody tries to steal it. Surprise, it has this. Surprise, it has that. Anti-theft wise, that is. But if you haven't seen my video of the story of how I got it recovered, how I recovered it from a bunch of crackheads, it's in the description and you should go check that out. Otherwise, stick around because you're going to get to see the me cleaning up the aftermath and installing all this stuff on there. You know, I wanted to reuse this chain, but if you look, some of these links are just way too bound up. They're not even, like this one's not mobile at all. Ah. Ooh. So yeah, unfortunately, it's what happens when you don't grease a chain for a really long period of time. It gets absolutely cooked. Scrap metal. So, I have figured out what the oil leak's coming from. It's all been washed off mostly, but I think some of the oil is leaking from this seal right here, and then this is like the shifter, the shifter seal, and then the output shaft seal is also that's the one that's mainly leaking. So while I'm in here, I'm just going to go ahead and replace both of them. They're only like a couple dollars each. Well, come to find out, it wasn't a self-tapping screw. It was actually a bolt, and he drilled a hole for it. Maybe he wasn't completely incompetent, even though he installed this exhaust and took mine off, even though my exhaust that I put on there was perfectly good. Look at that. Wood screw. That's actually a drywall screw. That's like a random screw. Oh no, this is my exhaust. He just cut it. Look. He cut it, shortened it, and then reinstalled it because he wanted it to be smaller and louder because he took the baffle out. Wow, I can't believe I figured that out. That's actually an interesting fact to know. That's not even from my motorcycle. That's from some other random type of motorcycle. I'm gonna install an actual air cleaner instead of this thing. This is from the previous owner. Oh, I think it's overspray is what he got in there. This goof off stuff is what I've been using on things like the paint, and it seems to be working. So let's see if it'll get this stuff off. Yeah, it works alright. Yeah, that works pretty well. Still need to clean that like brass door that's inside there. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the fairings off so I can start cleaning and working on the wiring and paint removal. They took the fairings off, you can tell because a bunch of the bolts are mismatched. These bolts look alike, but they're not the same. So I'll have to figure out where all the bolts go and put them back in the right spot. Same thing with these two bolts. Looks like he just got those four switched up with each other. Wow. In case you were wondering what that looks like, there it is. Definitely gonna have to clean quite a few bolts. Yeah. This bad boy needs to be replaced. They destroyed the linkage, so I had to order a new linkage, and they threw the trunk latch away, so I got a new trunk latch. This was actually really cheap. It was like a couple bucks from the Honda dealership. That could have been easier. Goes back in there. Now hopefully when I turn the key, yeah, it unlatches the trunk. Perfect. I have to replace this whole piece of plastic because all this is broken. They broke all of that, and that's where the trunk latch goes. And this whole piece of plastic only cost me $9. Shout out to Honda. Wow, it really does come out of there easy. So yeah, now the expensive things are all these little metal inserts that they put in there, like this, and these rubber ones back here. So I have to transfer all of those over to the brand new one. Voila! Look at the paint, it just shrivels up off of there and then wipes right off. This stuff is awesome. Hello, what's up?
Do you know where Kelly lives?
Yes. She lives over by... She lives in Deer Run Apartments.
Do you know which one?
No, why? Are you there?
I'm on my way.
Why?
Because she's leaving James home alone in the apartment all that long while she goes to work. Because she doesn't have enough sense to figure anything. My transmission's going out of my car, and I said, well, you don't have to back up at Coles. And she...
This thing is bent, that one's straight, so it's from when they laid it over. So I just need to straighten it out. Now, I just need to go ahead and clean all the paint off of here. So I managed to find some a can of gloss black spray paint in my dad's garage. So I'm going to go ahead and sand this. Because what they did was, once they took the latch out, they wrote it with the seat on, and then it just kept, the seat latch kept hitting that until it scratched it, and I don't want it to rust. So I'll just sand it up a little, throw a quick coat of paint on there, we'll call it good. Hopefully I don't get overspray on the camera lens. Much better. Coming back. Okay, so I'd say probably 30 minutes has gone by, and this thing is stripped out. I tried everything to get it out, so we're just gonna have to drill it out. Money. Alright, let's have a look-see. There's enough threads in there. It has 3 other bolts anyways. I gotta clean all that off. And then figure out how they managed to hotwire it and install a new... That needs to be repaired. Put some heat shrink tubing on there and solder it. Same thing for that. Yeah, I have a lot of work to do to it. So, I've been lightly spraying this down with this goof off and letting it sit in the shade. And I'm going to hit it with the power washer. Hopefully, I can just wash it right off. Because look at that. It wants to come off there. Yeah, that made that go a lot quicker and easier. We got the majority. Come on. I'm going to put a counter on the screen of how many times this camera's going to hit the ground. That's why I can't have nice things. Anyways, now I could just scrub that off and I won't have like a rag full of paint like I was earlier. Well, you guys probably heard my mom. She showed up. That's her car. And so I'm pretty much just going to call it a day for today. Go ahead and put everything back inside the garage. I need to go run some errands and take care of some things. Also, I need to get some parts for the motorcycle so I can finish working on it. But yeah.